Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sonic Unleashed Let's Play.
The moment the temple lit up, the beast woke up. It appears he's come back to his senses.
I see. I'll bet your job is to...
I think Chip only did that not because Sonic flicked him, but for falling on him earlier.
What's their power? Well, I'm glad you're back. Want some chocolate?
You know, I'm not gonna say it because this will, if I remember, this is actually the last time we'll hear Chip say anything about the chocolate. It's like Sonic Unleashed's writers are like, this running gag ain't going anywhere. Might as well scrap it. Seriously, because we'll never ever hear him mention the chocolate ever again. But hey, there's a benefit to it. At least we don't have to see him pull it out of his ass anymore. So yeah, that's a good thing. Seriously, chocolate out of all the things, why?
Your dinner, Doctor.
Thank you.
A question to you guys. You think that Eggman's a Quizno type of guy or a Subway? Oh, sorry, just plot going on.
Current status is 27% complete. Progress is significantly behind projected timetable. Presumed cause of delay is Dark Gaia's dispersion across the globe.
Oh, of all the lazy, here I go to the trouble of waking that Dark Gaia thing up, and it causes me nothing but delays.
Dark Gaia had yet to reach maturity within the planet's core, ergo it was still incomplete at the time of its awakening, ergo it was unable to sustain its own weight upon its release, ergo it scattered around the world.
I don't want to hear about its weight issues. So what if I gave it a bit of a sudden awakening? This is unacceptable.
Ergo, this is the repercussion of your hasty actions.
What was that? I'm having a bad enough day as it is. First that professor runs off with the Gaia manuscripts, and now the planet's coming back together.
That, Doctor, is the result of the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which you discarded along with Sonic. Ergo, another repercussion of your hasty actions.
Quiet, you junk heap! That was all part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any challenge?
I love how the robot knows that Eggman's just full of shit, and even Eggman knows it himself.
Anyway, what's the status of the remaining temples of Gaia?
Eggman forces have currently secured all locations. Defensive preparations are nearly complete.
That'll take care of Sonic for now, which leaves the problem of Dark Gaia. It'd be difficult to collect every piece scattered all across the world.
Searching conventional wisdom banks for topical advice. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Slow and steady wins the race. Nobody likes a whiner.
Isn't there a more efficient way? Some way to, well, I don't know, gather them all up at once. Wait, that's it, of course! With this, all of my plans will be realized.
So what could Eggman be building in order to gather up the rest of Dark Gaia's energy? Well, we'll learn later as the plot progresses. But for now, folks, welcome back to the Sonic Unleashed Let's Play. Where we last left off, we were in Chun-Nans nighttime stage, and we took on our first nighttime boss, the Phoenix, and we found ourselves another Gaia Temple. So, that's 2 temples down, if I remember, and we still got at least about 5 more to go. So, now in this part, we're going to be going more to doing a lot of daytime stages. Actually, we're going to come back to Chun-Nan during the daytime and do its daytime stage. But first, before we can do that, we have to go visit Dr. Pickle or Professor Pickle, Dr. Pickle. That sounds almost as ridiculous as Professor Pickle. But I don't know why we have to constantly go back to Professor Pickle. I mean, I you guys know I don't like hub world, so traversing through the hub world just to get to his lab is just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's necessary. It's not that it's tedious or anything like that, but it's more like, why? There's really no purpose to it whatsoever. So, you know, we have to go to Professor Pickle every single time just to know the general location of where we have to go. I mean, for some continents, yeah, we do have to, you know, check that out, because some of the continents won't open unless we talk to Professor Pickle himself. But most of the time, it's like, you know, you have the place open. Why do we constantly have to go back and talk to him every single time? It's one of those decisions that I thought was like stupidly executed. It doesn't even sound like an idea that's good on paper before it was even implemented into the game. It really wasn't. But it doesn't matter. So Professor Pickle apparently tells us that he's been seeing a lot of robot sightings and or hearing about a lot of robot sightings in Chun-Nan itself. So it's up to Sonic the Hedgehog, not Sonic the Werehog, to go and check it out. So yeah, I just cut myself back to the daytime stage here. I actually went to this place earlier, and when I went to go get all the power-ups and everything like that, because like I said, I think it was around like part 9 or something like that, or part 8, somewhere around there, I got a bit lost when it came to knowing where I needed to go. So now since we're rightfully on track, we should have no problems with here on out, except for when we have to backtrack to certain areas, but don't worry, I'll cut that out. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chun-Nan's daytime stage, the Dragon Road daytime. Frankly, for Dragon Road, for what it is that I love Dragon Road's aesthetics, the whole oriental theme to it. I really do love it. It's so beautiful looking, and just everything, the textures of the walls that you're running on, the dragons here, the water, everything's just so great. I don't know if I established this, but I will say this, is that Sonic Unleashed, out of all the Sonic games I've played so far, it probably has the best graphics in it. I would say that Sonic Generations would probably have better graphics, only because, you know, it's later in the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3's, you know, lifespan, so, you know, for it being so, you know, low or you know, so late in the lifespan of the system, you know, usually games get better and better with the graphics and everything like that. But you know, since Sonic Generations didn't really have that many CGI cutscenes or anything like that, it kind of fell a bit flat. But you know, even for graphics wise, it still looked amazing. But I think Sonic Unleashed only beats it by only a hair, only because of the CGI cutscenes. And to some, that could be, you know, a little bit unfair, but I don't know. To me, it's, you know, if you're gonna have some really good cutscenes, you know, these CGI cutscenes, you know, really do help. Because like back in the very beginning of Sonic Unleashed, you know, Sonic's fur when he was a werehog just looks so real. Eggman, you can literally see Eggman's skin cells. It's crazy. You can't see stuff like that in Generations and whatnot. But those are just cutscenes, and for just regular graphics, for gameplay-wise, for Generations and Unleashed, they're both really fantastic. Generations may do a tiny bit better, only because, you know, since it's late in the lifespan of the systems, but still, Sonic Unleashed still looks amazing to this very day. I could praise for its graphics. Its graphics are definitely amazing. So I should probably talk about Chun-Nan. I'm sorry, folks. I got a little gushy about the whole graphics-wise between Unleashed and Generation, but we should go more into detail about Chun-Nan. Chun-Nan, what it is, there really has no gimmicks, but this is actually the stage that kind of introduced us to not really much of the 3D platforming. I think there was another stage that we went to that had a bit of 3D platforming in it. Let's see, I'm trying to think what daytime stage it is, but it's been a while since we've done a daytime stage that I can't remember on the top of my head. Haleska didn't really have any 3D platforming, and I know that, I think the last one was actually Apatos. I think that was the last time we ever did some 3D platforming, but this stage really shows off how finicky the 3D platforming is in this game. It's not terrible beyond all relief, but you could definitely tell, it's not really the structure of how these 3D segments are set up, especially for platforming, but it's more of like how the controls can affect how your platforming skills can be. And this stage, like I said, definitely shows it fully. It really does show off how the 3D platforming is a bit finicky in here, but don't worry, it gets better in Sonic Generations, and I can praise Generations for that. Hell, I can praise Generations for a lot of things. And I am excited for Sonic Lost World to come out, but I'm also skeptic about it. Reasons being, well, maybe when we get to a Let's Play of it in 5 years from now. No, I don't think it'll take that long. We'll most likely do almost like a record it for the Natural Board Gamers commentary, so, I'll give my full thoughts about that, but we're not here to talk about that. Chun-Nans doesn't really have that much gimmicks to it other than just have its regular 2D, 3D stages. Actually, this will also, we're at the very end right now. This stage is introducing us to a gimmick that I think only appears about 3 times, if I remember, and this is the first time. We'll have this robot chasing us, and we're gonna have to do a lot of quick stepping to get out of the way of its lasers and everything like that. There's also those indicators to tell you when a bomb is coming up, so keep an eye out for all of that, and you should be a-okay. We will counter that a couple more times, but in here, this is the first time we're introduced to it, and it's really not that hard. And I only got to see only because the water, the running on water, and everything like that. That's another thing that's introduced into here, I think. I think Haleska was the first one to do the whole using the boost on water, but Chun-Nan has more implemented in its stage other than Haleska. And, with the kind of slippery controls that Sonic Unleashed does have a bit when it comes to that, I'm not too sure if Generations is slipperier, but I think maybe Unleashes is probably a tad bit worse than Generations, I guess, for slipperiness or something like that, but, it definitely shows in there, and that's how I died so many times, because I slipped off, and because I thought I was going to go completely on the ramp, or I was going to go inside and, just be perfectly fine, but I guess not. So I cut to myself back to Spagonia's stage hub world, so I'm back here again. Now since I got the wall kick and everything like that, I'm able to, or the wall jump, I'm able to get up this loop, and we had to talk to Professor Pickle again to just open the stage. Like I said, I don't know why we have to constantly talk to him in order to open stages. It just seems like a brick wall in the way of just breaking the flow and whatnot. So now we're in Spagonia's day-type stage, which is Rooftop Run. And Rooftop Run is probably one of the most infamous, or not infamous, but famous stages of Sonic Unleashed. Because this is the stage that was put in Sonic Generations, and people just went nuts. I would compare this to Sonic Generations, but I really should wait until I get to Sonic Generations, because that's another game I have to redo again, because... Folks, I don't know if I said this before, but I did like Sonic 2006 and Sonic Generations back on my old account, and I lost them, so I have to redo them again. And, I'm currently doing Sonic 06, but I also need to redo Sonic Generations, which should not take that long. I think, if I remember, the game only took me like 10 parts or something like that, so that's nothing too bad to do. But in the meantime, just doing these 2 games, getting Unleashed done because, well, I just need to get it done. Rooftop Run, most of its stage is, boost to win. I do love the, I do have to admit, in Sonic Generations, there were too many abundance of city stages, but I do love Rooftop Run. Its aesthetics and, its level design is actually really, really nice, and, it's just great stuff. It really is. And, there's so many, there's actually so many shortcuts and different ways that you could take in order for you to progress through the stage and whatnot, and it's really nicely designed. We don't really have that much issues with the 3D platforming in here like we did in a Chun-Nan stage, so, there's nothing too much to worry about, or a part that really should not happen to, be careful, tread carefully and whatnot, or you'll fall to your death or something like that. But, and just keep boosting to win, and you'll be perfectly fine. Just they throw a lot of obstacles in your way, so make sure to keep your eyes open. And I'm not too sure. I think this is actually the first stage to introduce this, but you saw those 3 robots chasing us and shooting the lasers. It's kind of like, the giant robot that chased us at the end of Chun-Nans stage. So, keep an eye out when they're going to shoot their lasers and whatnot, and you'll be fine. And you can actually use the boost to hit the robots into their way in order to destroy them. I don't know what purpose that serves other than just getting them out of your way. I think they give you maybe some points for destroying them because it does count as, destroying them, but I don't know. I'm just not too sure. Chun-Nan, well, not Chun-Nan, but Spagonia's stage is actually pretty long. I think it may be the longest daytime stage ever. Just like how I think, Spagonia's nighttime stage, excluding the final stage, is the longest nighttime stage. So, this stage, if I remember, is about like 6 minutes long. We're only 3 minutes in, and we are kind of halfway through. And looks like they're having some sort of festival that involves balloons. Later in generations, involve like confetti and guillotines. Is like, the fuck? The Festival of Murder or something? I don't know. Yeah, I got really nothing to say. Because I pretty much explained what this stage is and what its gimmicks are, really. And of course, here comes the famous grinding down the clock tower. I remember when I saw this for the first time, I'm like, whoa, this looks so cool. But then when I go into more of it, it's like, it was cool for what it was when it first appeared, but then when Sonic Generations did it, it's like, okay. I noticed that in this stage, there's an abundance of those little switches, the switches that have the A button or the B button or the X button located on them. Definitely make sure to keep an eye out on them, because if you press the wrong button, it could lead you to your death, or it could, if you take too long, you'll just fall completely, and they're always suspended above bottomless pits. So the best thing to do is, have your reflexes very well. This part can actually be kind of glitchy right here. The part where these robots are trying to hit you with their lasers while you're on the rails. Because there's sometimes where I've jumped onto a rail while they were shooting their lasers, like after they shot their lasers, and somehow I think the game's coding got it all mixed up, thinking that the laser was still there. So I got hit by it and I fell to my death. That didn't happen in this recording. I'm talking about an experience that happened, I think maybe a couple weeks or a couple of days after I recorded this, because, I do test plays before I even record some things. Well, some of the times. I really should do it most of the time when I'm doing LPs. It's somehow that purple robot smacked me. I don't know how he did. I hate finicky programming like that. It really does suck. It's like the Haleska sledding all over again. I hit him, but somehow he hit me first, and I still lost all my rings and whatnot. And you lose a humongous chunk of your rings, and those rings could have got me that S rank, but apparently not, because I got hit by him. But that doesn't matter. We're done with Spagonia's day-type stage, and we got the last part of the key for Spagonia. You think we'll be able to go to the boss time, or the boss stage, but boss time. Boss time! No. You think we could go to the boss stage yet, but no, we have to talk to Professor Pickle. Though, that's through my experience. I'm not too sure if you have to talk to him in order for you to go to the boss stage in Spagonia, but I don't know. Give me your thoughts or your experience of what you had to do in order to get to the boss stage for Spagonia. But anywho, folks, that's enough. We're going to be continuing on through the next part, going to Spagonia's boss time stage, and we're going to continue finding the plot, and hopefully we found ourselves another Gaia Temple in the meantime. So until then, I'll see you guys for part 11.